Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for watching. What is happening, you guys? I am Jade. If you're new here, please hit the like button and share this video. Thank you so much. So there is an update with regards to the divorce, prenuptial agreement and all of the malarkey of Porsha Wayans and Simon Guobadia. So there's an update with regards to the court, and I'm going to go ahead now and share the updates, the latest, and then I will also give my opinion in the process. So this article basically says, and the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So obviously I'm going to be reading, and then I might have to stop, pause, and give my 2 cents before continuing. So the article says Real Housewives of Atlanta cameras won't be rolling inside the mansion Porsha Williams shared with Simon Guobadia when season 16 filming begins. Meanwhile, there is another conversation being had. They're saying that Porsha has been fired from the show. And I find this really, really interesting because there was this fanfare. Bravo made such a big statement announcing that Porsha was coming back, and apparently she was supposed to come and save the franchise because Atlanta has been doing so poorly, and so Porsha's supposed to be like this body from the past was supposed to make this big change and all of this. Remember, a lot of them were let go. Sherry was let go. Candy was let go. What's her face? The one that only did one season after being a friend of the show for a long time. I forget her name. She used to be really close to Nene Leaks. I forget her name. I will remember though, because her name is a very interesting one. So she also was let go. So Porsha coming back on the show was supposed to this big aha moment, like a moment of redemption. But it looks like that plan is now, no, not Sherry. Hi. Marlo. Yes, Bernice Peters. Marlo. Yeah, I know. The name just keep escaping my mind. And her stint, her 1 year stint on the show. Hi guys, hi Bernice, hi Caribbean Sunflower Girl. Yeah. Yeah, Gloria, yeah, Marlo. I remember when she was eventually fired after just one season of having the peach. I remember people basically arguing that she was much more interesting as a friend of, because when you are a friend of, they don't have to film at your house. You don't have to go into details about your personal life or whatever, which really is a prerequisite for the show. So you have to talk about yourself. So Marlo was really good at being friends of the show. There was a certain mistake about her, and the innuendos was basically like, oh, she dated rich men for money and all of that malarkey, right? There was a mistake about her. There was a mystery about her. But then they gave her the peach. And this is the reason why these production company, Bravo, and all these other Real Housewives or reality show franchises need to understand that just because a certain demographic of the fans are asking for something doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good for the show. Because I remember over time, people started asking, why don't they just give Marlo a pitch? Why don't they just give her a pitch? Why don't they just give her a pitch? And then they gave her a pitch and she completely flopped. Okay, so people had so many complaints. It was actually once she became a regular on the show with a pitch and everything that people really started to say, I don't think I like her. I don't think I like her attitude. I don't think I like her character. I don't think I like the way she behaves. So it was a bad decision. She would have been so much better. And from what I understand, even being a friend of the show, you can actually make good money. You can actually make six figures from being friend of the show. So why wreck a good thing? But that's just my opinion anyways on that one. Like I always feel like why wreck a good thing? Like if you already have something good going for you, being a friend of the show, being the one who you're always at this event and you are the life of the party, and people are always wondering what does she do for a living, who she dating now, and there's a set that element of mystique, of mystery. It is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It is actually a good thing. And as soon as she got the pitch, she completely lost that, and people was just like, where I come from, we call that see finish. So people pretty much see her finish, basically. So, anyways, back to Porsha and Simon. I went on this tangent. So, anyways, the article says, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, what I was saying before I got distracted and started talking about Marlo. So Portia's supposed to be this. Oh, she's supposed to be the one to revamp the show, revive the show, or whatever. And now she's not even allowed to film. And then there's been this conversation about how Portia is fired. Okay. And there are other people saying that she might not even have an actual role when the season starts to air because they've not been able to film any scenes at Portia's home because Simon pretty much put a gag order, okay, on Bravo and Porsha, preventing them from filming. And filming now has gone on for a while now. Like they're probably almost at the point of wrapping, and she doesn't have anything. She doesn't have any scenes filmed at her home. And even when she's with the other ladies, it's very boring, and it's not. It's like how you think about somebody and you say, "Oh, I wish this person were here. Life would have been so much better." And the person comes along, and life is not better. you know Life is not better. So what is now being said is that she might end up being reduced to just friend of the show. That's what is being said. Let me highlight your comment here, Caribbean Sunflower Girl. Caribbean Sunflower Girl says, I would prefer to be a friend of the show. You don't have the responsibility of carrying the show, and everyone is not all up in your business as much, yet you still get paid. Exactly. I feel like being friend of the show, especially with regards to these reality shows, is where the money is at. The where the people fine, you don't make as much money as a show regular as the ones who have the peach or the champagne flutes or the diamond or the snowflakes or whatever. You don't make as much money, but that doesn't mean if you have a business, you still cannot promote your business because you can. You can still plug your business, okay? And Bravo will take that percentage, okay? The Bethany Franco law. Bravo definitely dropped the bag on that one. If not, Bethany Franco will not be that she was at some point. Bravo has sunk their teeth into portion of that skinny girl business. So, anyways, yeah, when you're a friend of the show, you have all the perks. Fine, you don't make more money, but you do have all the perks. You do get to travel with them. If they are traveling internationally or even nationally, you do get to spend time with them. You do have camera time, and you do get respect. You do get a certain level of respect because there is a certain level of respect that friends of the show get that the actual cast do not get. That's just how it is. You know. Bernice says she was nasty, and by she I mean I'm guessing you're talking about Marlo. Yeah, that's what a lot of people said. I haven't watched Atlanta in a long time. It just got so boring for me, and I just disengaged. It just got too much for me. So yeah, but what people I didn't even watch last season, the one where Marlo was in. But the general consensus was that she was just nasty. She was actually evil, and people who used to be fans of her when she was friends of the show started to see her in a very negative light. Overall, it was a very, very bad, what is it called? The report based on people's opinion. It was not good for Marlo. Okay, back to Porsha and Williams and Simon. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta cameras won't be rolling inside the mansion Porsha shared with Simon when season 16 filming begins. And if her ex wants to enter the home, he better get permission. Legal documents obtained by Radar.com reveal the court has decided the court has revealed that the court has decided to stay out of the filming drama and for now, declaring the judge would not discuss the issue until the hearing over the prenuptial agreement. So yeah, and they have already started filming, like I said. Okay, filming is currently ongoing, and if the judge is choosing, and if the court is choosing to stay out of it, that is not a good thing for Porsha, because that means she's not going to be able to film the home scene, and they're not going to wait. They are not going to wait because there are other people that the fans and the viewers are more excited to see. For example, Shamia. Shamia, after she announced that she got the pitch for season 16, you know, her announcement was so positively received. So people are more excited about that. You know, they want to see her live, and she's been another friend of the show who's been around for so long, and so people are excited. Hopefully she doesn't flop like Marlo. Hopefully, you know. So yeah, people, there are other people who fans of the show are more excited about. So production is not going to halt just so that Porsha can solve her issue with Simon. Production is not going to do that. You know, she's not that important. They made it out as though she was that important, but she really is not that important. She's not important enough for production to halt because of her. They will not do that. So the parties raised the issue. So continuing, the article says the party raised the issue of whether the terms of the prenuptial agreement permit or prohibit filming recording in the marital residence, as this matter was not formally noticed for an evidentiary hearing on the substantive issue surrounding the parties' prenuptial agreement. The court reserved those issues for later determination. As such, there has been no consideration of the terms of the prenuptial agreement and whether its provision prohibit or allow filming in the marital residence of the parties. Therefore, there should be no reliance on the court for enforcement of either party's position regarding the same until after such as the issue has been heard and ruled upon by Judge Charles Eaton Jr. The temporary order also rehashed that Porsha has immediate sole and exclusive use, control, and possession of the marital home, adding Simon is still on the hook for payment and cannot enter the property without prior written consent. So take a look at this. This is where I start to look at a Porsha with a side eye. Okay, Simon is not allowed to just waltz into that home, even though Simon paid for the home, even though Simon continues to pay the mortgage for the home, but he cannot just waltz in without written consent and approval from Porsha. How is that fair? I don't think that's right. To me, that makes Porsha seem like a gold digger because all of this is so unnecessary. She has a home, like a lot of you have pointed out. She has a place. If she really wants to film, she has a home. Unless, of course, filming the Atlanta was in her contract. Filming at the home that she once shared with Simon was in her contract to returning to Atlanta, unless, of course, it was in the contract that she has to film at the mansion that she shared with Simon. Otherwise, I don't see why she's so adamant. And maybe that is also the reason why Simon is insistent on seeing the Bravo contract that Porsha signed just to make sure that she did not promise, overpromise, and underdeliver, you know. So, yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know why she can't just rent a place. People do it all the time. People rent mansions just so that they can have a place to film. Happens all the time. She will not be the first. And then she can moan and groan about Simon from her rented mansion. Like, I don't understand. Like, this is not even making any sense, Porsha. So neither party shall enter. And from what I understand, anyways, that's a topic for another day. Neither party shall enter the other's residence without prior written consent. Text or email is sufficient. Should husband, in this case Simon, need to retrieve additional personal belonging from the marital residence, husband shall request same in writing through counsel no less than 24 in advance, no less than 24 hours in advance, and shall be permitted to retrieve his personal property at a time and date agreeable to the parties. The document explained. While Porsha has temporary sole use of the mansion, Simon is quote unquote responsible for the timely payment of the monthly mortgage, the taxes, the homeowner's insurance, utility, the ADT system, which is like the security system, landscaping, community homeowner association dues, and assessments. Like, Simon is on the hook for everything, okay? He's on the hook for everything. He's the one who gets to pay the mortgage, the taxes, the homeowner's insurance, the utility, the security system, and landscaping, like homeowners association dues and assessment. Like, he has to pay everything. Like, it is so wild to me. So continuing, as Radar.com reported, the Real Housewives star filed for divorce from Simon in February after 15 months of marriage. The exes are locked in a nasty war over their prenuptial agreement, with Porsha demanding the contract they signed before their 2022 wedding be enforced. Simon argued that her financial status has drastically changed, pointing to Porsha's multi-million-dollar deal with NBC Entertainment, which she signed just days before ending their marriage. Porsha probably should have waited so far before she did that. I don't know. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but yeah. Continuing, the article says Porsha recently filed an emergency order demanding that she be allowed to film Real Housewives inside their marital residence. She argued it was vital to her ability to sustain her income and employment. And that's the reason why I am asking, like, did she include her that home, did she include that in the contract that she signed with Bravo? Because otherwise she could just rent someplace else and film. She could just do that. Maybe they already had a storyline ready for her. I don't know. Which is basically centered around that mansion. However, the production company behind the franchise made it clear producers will not tape inside the property until given permission by the courts. So continuing, the article says, in order for Truly Original to be able to film at a private residence, we are required to secure a release for filming by the property owner. If the property owner does not consent, or there are circumstances where joint owners don't agree regarding the release, we require court order that provides one party with the explicit ability to do so. So continuing, it says, given Mr. Guobadia has served truly original with a cease and desist, as well as 2 subpoenas, we require explicit written permission, whether by consent or court order, to limit the production company's exposure to litigation with Mr. Guobadia. Truly Original is afraid of getting sued. Yeah, Truly Original does not want to get sued over Porsha's mess. And that's the reason why they are crossing their T's and dotting their I's in ensuring that, they have the proper paperwork. Um, Burnett says Portia's name is not on the deed. No, it's not, because the home was purchased, if I remember correctly, before she even married the guy. So yeah, her name is not on it, and upon marriage, her name was not included. Okay, on the deed. So there you have it. Like, this is crazy. Meanwhile, let me quickly touch on this. So the people who felt like, how when that article came out about Simon and the supposed criminal history and blah, 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 people ran with it. People who don't even like Simon, they really believed in their heart that Simon was going to get deported, even though Simon has a green card. Okay. So they believed that Simon was going to get deported. And so when Simon traveled to Dubai, they basically started concocting this narrative that Simon is hiding. Simon is running away from the authorities and all of that malarkey. But, that Simon has fled America, which is not true at all. Whether you people think his green card is in a different person's name, Simon has a green card. Okay? So, yeah. So, anyways, here's Simon returning to America. So, first of all, this is what he posted some time ago. It says, and Dubai temperature is on a whole different level this time of year. Time to find cooler temperatures for now. So, I think he was in flight when he posted this. And then here's Simon. Simon is in America. And who gonna, in the words of Sherry, who gonna check him, Bo? Who gonna check Simon? Simon is back on the American soil. So this is what Simon posted. Even his location states the United States of America. I wanna be in America. Wanna go to America. Wanna be in America. Okay. So this is what Simon posted. Simon says, my respect to the men and women in the in uniform serving the United States Custom and Border Control at every port of entry. They are trained and deeply knowledgeable about U.S. immigration laws and policies and apply dispassionately without fear or favor. Good morning, America. Glad to be back home. Hashtag knowledge is power. Hashtag 42 years in America. Simon has been in America for 22 years, 42 years. Okay. Yeah. So there you have it. People that are saying he can't come back, he's hiding, he's running. Simon is in America, guys. He's in America. What you gonna do about it? Nobody try to stop the man. Nobody try to arrest him. Nobody try to prevent him from entering into America because the man has a green card. Okay? People need to be mindful of the things that they believe. But yeah, this really made me laugh and I wanted to just touch on it. But thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Please hit the like button and share my video. This is a quick one. Wanted to just come out here and just give you guys an update with regards to Simon, Porsha, and their divorce battle, okay? This right here is giving Kramer versus Kramer. There is a movie that I saw, I believe Meryl Streep was in the movie, Kramer versus Kramer, where two married couple, it's an old movie. It's a very, very old movie from a long time ago. You know, it's one of those movies that you watch when on the weekend. So, like I said, Meryl Streep was in it, and in the movie, these divorced couples, they were both they were divorced, they were separated, and in the process of divorce, both of them are strong-headed. They decided to remain in the house, okay, you know, and annoying the heck out of each other, which obviously is not the case here, because at the end of the day, the the judge had the good sense to say both of you cannot be in the same house. You know, for now, Porsha has residence at the house. You know, so it's really interesting actually. So it's giving a little bit of Kramer versus Kramer, and it's interesting. And I will continue to give you guys an update as they become available. Hit the like button. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for those who commented. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will catch you guys later. Bye.